Okay, this week I have the coordination queen and Fiji advocate Emma Ridley with us.
Woo!
How you doing?
I'm really well. How are you?
Good, I am good. So, compulsory first question. What did you study? What did you always aspire to be? And how did you end up a PE?
So, let's rewind. I studied a Bachelor of Commerce and Arts, majoring in Marketing and International Relations at the University of Sydney. I never knew, or I still don't really know, what I want to do with my life. I'm very decisive about being indecisive. But in saying that, I always knew I wanted to do something outdoors with people and try and more or less, I think, give back or be valued in some way through a contribution of work, which coincidentally enough landed me here with Project Everest.
Nice. So for anyone who doesn't know, Emma hasn't always been a city girl. Where did you grow up and what was that like?
So, as I constantly get told, I am a perfect mix or blend between the country and the city. I grew up on a farm with my family, so my parents and 3 siblings, outside of Forbes, which is in rural New South Wales. It was something that I'm very grateful for, lots of open space, and the lifestyle is somewhat easy and relaxed as opposed to the hustle and bustle of the city, and came to the city, I suppose, for education reasons, university, and haven't left since.
So country or city? You had to pick one.
I think that depends on the situation or the context. There's a lot more work opportunities and the diversity of people in the city, even food. You know, there's not just, the steak or the burger at the local pub for dine out or takeaway, but I think the country will always have my heart. Whether or not I live there or not is a different story.
Very nice. Okay. So a little bird told me that you might have a diploma in acting. Can you give me your best impression of Jimmy about 4 days deep into TLT?
Oh, Jesus. I'm not sure anyone can do that justice, but I know it's always a look. Now, we only have another 24 hours to make sure that these students become the best leaders they can possibly be. So let's hustle, team.
I like it. Okay, let's wrap it up a bit. So I've got a few questions and we'll try and be concise. How many countries have you been to?
Ooh, I did this the other day actually. I tried to count and I think I'm sitting somewhere around 22, 23 countries. Yeah, nice. Hoping to build on that, but that's where I was last at.
And what's your favourite so far?
That's a tough question. I like all different countries for different reasons. I think the United States is definitely up there in terms of opportunities, people, just how big it is. So it has everything from the beaches to the snow to the, New York. I also love, surprisingly enough, Asia and Thailand and the food and the people. But then again, no place like home, hey? Australia's pretty bloody good.
What's your favourite project?
My favourite project would definitely have to be Fuel. It was the project that I first led as a team leader, and linking it to indoor house pollution, more or less, cooking smoke, cooking oils and whatnot, and I definitely have a massive passion for food, so making that connection that the women that spent majority of their days cooking, cleaning in the household, seeing that direct link in being able to provide healthy alternatives or methods to more or less put food on the table for their family at the end of the day.
Beautiful. And hobby of choice?
I love the beach. Although I'm very white and from the country, I love the water. So swimming, surfing on the occasion when I can stand up. Just lying on the beach and reading a book. Pretty good.
Nice. And finally, what's the most valuable skill you have or have learnt?
I think something that I definitely remember from my early days with working with Tink was the fact of making timely decisions. Yes, I may be a perfectionist and like to be really organised and know that people are completing X, Y, and Z tasks, but you can't be 100% perfect all the time, and making a 70% decision on time as opposed to a decision 100% too late is something that I think is invaluable in any business, work, family, any aspect of life.
All right, beautiful. Well, thanks for your time. Glad to have you on, and let you get to that meeting that I know is coming up in about 10 minutes.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye.